Okay, number 10 on our list is don't ship your furniture, save your money. One of the biggest things that we had to decide in preparing to come to South Africa was what we were going to take with us. Of course, we have visited a few times over the last year, but there's always those things from home that you want to bring with you and that make you feel safe and, of course, may have some sentimental value to you. What I would suggest though is scale down to absolutely nothing as much as possible. Just stick to your important papers. Make sure that things like, passports and birth certificates, anything that has like sentimental value. I know for me, I had a couple of trinkets, a glass dish, some other things like that that had sentimental value for me from my childhood, from my grandmother, from my mother. I brought with me, but other than that, I did not bring any furniture. And one of the biggest reasons that I did that is when I moved from the East Coast of the United States to the West Coast of the United States, it was so expensive. It was ridiculous. And then there was the heartache of them not picking things up on time, it arriving and things being missing or broken. And then you get where you're going, and then sometimes you're like, why did I even keep this in the first place? You hear this? This is beautiful, right? This background noise. Get used to that in South Africa. But yeah, it was just, it was a headache, right? Your insurance is in the same condition. I know we wind up having this really expensive glass kind of like entertainment center where you had to have these spokes to put the TV on, and if you didn't have those spokes, the whole thing was like useless and you couldn't just take the back off, right? So I learned a really big lesson from that, moving from one side of the US to the other side of the US. Just basically don't even bother. The other thing is, in South Africa, you'll learn quickly that you can find some amazing local crafted furniture. That's great. Now what I will say with that is there are some things that, considering American quality items, it can seem a little bit subpar. And what I mean by that is, depending on where you go, you might find it not to be uncommon for the couch to the fabric to not be as taut or to move slightly. In my opinion, it hasn't seemed to be any less quality. It's just a difference in a lot of the things being handmade. There's a lot of different places that you can go. I know there's stores like At Home, Game. There's a few others that are a little bit more high end, where it's easy to spend about 7 to 10,000 rand, if you will, for one couch. But there's also places that you can go in the city, in and around Joburg. There's also secondhand shops. I know I found one in Peoria. Forgive me, I can't think of the name right off the bat, but of course, as always, I will be sure to put a link to that information that I can't remember quite during the episode, so that you can follow up on your own time. But the biggest thing that I want you to walk away with is knowing that don't feel like if you don't come with an entire house full of things that you're going to be without, okay? Because the tariffs and shipping and everything like that, it's enough that you're going to have to learn and deal with transitioning from one country to the other. And I would hate for you to spend all that money and then realize you could have done better here. Plus, what better way to step into the shoes of being in a new country than to surround yourself with the feel, the smell of your new country that you're living in. And also, when you send pictures at home, or if someone comes to visit, they make excellent talking points.